Have you ever thought about starting your own dropshipping business but don't know how to start? In this video, I'll tell you how to save hours, days, and weeks of your life by buying a premium store by AliDropship instead of building your dropshipping store from scratch. Also, I'll show you available options you can choose from and how to get your first sales faster. Hi, my name is Alina and you're watching the AliDropship channel. What's a premium store? It's a precise copy of one of AliDropship's successful ready-to-go stores. This type of stores allows anyone to start their own online business in just a few clicks. Today I'm going to walk you through my own experience of buying a premium store. I'm actually a social media specialist at AliDropship, helping people with their social media marketing tasks. I've never installed a premium store before, but I'm going to try it for the first time in this video, and you're gonna follow me every step of the way. When deciding to buy a premium store, I can choose between three options. In this video, I'll show you what happens after purchasing each of them together or separately, what exactly you get, and share with you how it all works. In the first part of the video, I'll buy a premium store without any extra packages included and install it on the hosting server myself. In the second part, I'll consider the option of buying an installation package where AliDropship managers will do everything for me, from picking the domain name to hosting setup and downloading the website onto my hosting server. In the third part, I'll buy a premium store with the installation and marketing packages, so AliDropship's team will not only install the store onto a server for me, but also provide a marketing guide and copies of the original store's ads and target audience for my use. Of course, I'll also cover marketing for your store, and I will find out which purchase type with which package brings me the first sales fastest. I'll cover how to launch your first Facebook ads and how to successfully promote your store. In the last part, I'll summarize what I have done and for whom this type of store is suitable. Maybe it will be perfect for you. Let's learn more. Where to find and buy a premium store? On the AliDropship site, all I have to do is go to the Premium Stores page to find the list of all available websites where I can choose the ones I like. How can I choose a store? Press Learn More to see more info about each store's estimated profit, niche, number of products, and layout design. Premium stores are represented in different niches, and by looking at all of them, I can understand which niche will suit me and in which of them I would like to run my business. Let's get this one. Let's explore our first option, buying a store copy with no extra packages. Step 1. Purchasing the premium store. To get just a straight copy of a store, I leave the package offers unchecked and press the Buy Now button. Then I go to the checkout page and fill in the field with my email. Pay attention to this field and the line below. After the purchase, you will receive an email with all the setup instructions, so don't make mistakes in the email address. Next, I enter my credit card details and pay for my site. At the thank you page, I can download a plugin that will help me install the store. But let's look at my inbox first, as I must have received an email already. Here we go. What information does it contain? Here, I can see the list of products that are included in my store package. I can also download the plugin with my premium store, download the guide that will help me install and manage my store, read tips from AliDropship team, as well as get the API keys and license keys that I will use in my store. In addition to the AliDropship plugin, I get the store theme, the store logo template, a catalog of pre-edited products, and 3 additional add-ons: GA Enhanced E-commerce add-on, Facebook Business add-on, Abandoned Cart add-on. These add-ons make it easier to manage my dropshipping store and are included with any premium store purchase. You can learn more about these and other add-ons by going to the add-on section. I'll leave the link in the description. Step 2. Domain name. When I buy just a store copy without any packages, I'll have to install the store myself. That requires a domain name and a hosting server. Let's figure out how to get this. I can get a domain name for my website on GoDaddy.com, for instance. Choose a domain name according to the store's niche. Since my store doesn't have a specific niche, let's try to find a good general domain name. What about Cozy Shopper? The domain name I wanted is already taken, but I can consider other options. This one looks fine. Great, let's take it. Step 3. Hosting. The domain name I've purchased needs to be connected to my web hosting. I can either find a hosting server on my own or get one offered by AliDropship. Just make sure that whatever you choose should meet the following technical requirements. A. IonCube activated on your hosting. B. PHP version 7.1 or 7.2 or higher. C. File size upload is a minimum of 17 MB. D. CURL libraries version 7.58.0 recommended. The minimum required version is 7.29.0. I personally don't want to spend time figuring out if some hosting meets this criteria or not, or learning what Ion KubeCard Loader is. So I decided to use one of AliDropship's offers, web hosting designed specifically for a dropshipping business. I can choose from several plans. I think a silver plan will be enough for my purpose, so let's click on the order button, go to checkout and make my purchase. It's $48 a year with 0 extra fees and works fine for me. Feeling overwhelmed? I know, some of us are not interested in setting everything up. If at this step you already know that you don't want to deal with all this technical stuff, just get the installation package. I show this option at this timestamp in the video explaining how to get a store up and running after the purchase without all the technical steps I'm going to show next. For those who don't mind a little challenge, let's continue installing my site. Now that I have a domain name and web hosting, I need to connect them. After purchasing the hosting, I receive an email containing all the necessary login info, including name service. I need this name service to point my domain name to the web host. Let's do it. It's easy, just some copy and paste work and we'll be done. Step 1. Go to the dashboard, select the domain you want to change name service for and click Manage. Step 2. Type in the name service from the email and click Save. Wait for the propagation to finish. It may take up to 48 hours. Once it's finished, I'm done. Now I can proceed to the next step, pre-installation. To proceed with the installation, I need to follow these steps. Step 1. To install a premium store, we need to access our cPanel. There are 2 common ways to do it. In the search bar, type in your domain name followed by /cPanel. In the search bar, type in your domain name followed by :2083. Step 2. The cPanel will open and ask you to log in. The username and password are usually given to you by your web hosting provider. Then go to Domain section and click Add-on Domains. Enter the name of my domain in New Domain Name field and click on Add Domain. Now I click Go back and see my domain in an Add-on Domains list. Go to cPanel main page, click to cPanel logo in the top left corner. Now I can install WordPress from a new domain. Step 3. Once you're logged in and a domain name in cPanel is added, go to Site Software. Now you're all set to install your store. Step 4. Installing WordPress CMS. I've got a domain name and hosting. Now I only need to add WordPress CMS to finally install my store. If you don't know what CMS is, watch this video. You can download the WordPress CMS from WordPress.org website. WordPress will be the platform for operating your store and site. With the cPanel open, I can also install WordPress much faster. I don't need to download it separately. The last place we stopped at was the Site Software section. From here, I can click on WordPress, then click Show Advanced Configuration and delete the text WordPress from the field. Next, I have to create a username and password that I can use to access the WordPress admin panel. I also insert my email, the name of my store, and the description in the appropriate windows. The email, blog name, and blog description can be changed later. Click Install. If you follow the instructions, in the end, you should see the same screenshot. I see it here, meaning everything worked out. This process may look confusing, but don't worry, you can figure it out. I'm no tech whiz by any means, but following these steps will be easy for you, and even easy if you've already worked with WordPress before. But if you're seriously not tech-savvy and are afraid to install the store yourself, even with my follow-along steps, then jump to this timestamp where I show you how you can get a site already installed for you, bypassing all this manual work. Now for those who are going to do everything themselves, let's keep going. Now that WordPress is installed, I can proceed with installing my premium dropshipping store, finally. Step 5. Log in to the WordPress admin area and site security. Everything is ready now. I'm done with securing hosting, a domain name and installing WordPress. But first, I need to go to the WordPress admin area. In the search bar, type in your domain name followed by wp-admin. Here, I'm entering my username and password, which I set earlier. Click Login. One very important thing is to security encrypt your website. The SSL certificate is included in my AliDropship hosting. Go to Settings, to General. In this field, replace HTTP with HTTPS and save the changes. Done. Step 6. Install the plugin and keys. The next step is to install the replica plugin with all the necessary materials and enter your license keys. This will turn your currently plain WordPress site into the desired store you purchased. Let's go back to the email that I received after the purchase and click on the Download your Premium Dropshipping Store button. Now I need to install this plugin on my site. Click on the Plugins button in the WordPress admin area, click Add a new plugin, select the installer from the downloads, click on it, and activate the plugin. Going back to the email, I'm going to copy the API keys. From there, I have to go to Premium Replica to API keys, then paste these API keys and click Activate. Once the plugin is activated, I will need to activate other Ally Dropship products. Copy the license keys from your purchase email, then go to Premium Replica, then Install. Paste the license keys into the corresponding fields and click Save. Move on to Plugins installation and simply click Install Plugins. The system will install everything I've just keyed in for me. Proceed with the theme installation and install the theme. One last thing here is to import data. Click here. Now that all this has been taken care of, it's time to go to the next step, importing products. Step 7. Import products. Now my store is installed properly, but it's empty, so I need to fill it with products. That's easy. Let's go to the Premium Replica tab and the Import Products menu. Click Import Products. Boom, done. So it's worth mentioning a few settings that will help to connect with my future buyers. Don't forget about them too. First, contact information. Here I can enter some details such as my phone, email and address. This way, customers will be able to contact me directly. I can edit this information by going to the site settings. I find customization in the menu and click on the footer. In the contact details box, I inscribe the necessary information and click Save. The second is email notifications. Here I need to register with the mailing service offered and enter my API key in plugin notification settings. Go to Ally Dropship Settings Notifications to set up it. I won't be going into that in detail since the settings of the mail service depend on which service you choose. I'll leave instructions in the description to help you decide what is best for you. All products from the original store will populate into your website. Now your store is a real running copy of the original store created by the Ally Dropship team. My store is fully ready for business, but to make a big splash, I'll need to move on to the next step, running promotions. Before continuing, I'll replace the text on the logo with the name of my domain. You can do it yourself in any image editor or order logo design on a freelance source like Fiverr. But wait, before even running promotions online, there is one super important thing to do. Add a payment gateway to your website. You need this to be able to accept payments from shoppers. For this video, I won't show you this process because it depends on what exactly gateway you use. But for detailed information on payment gateways in your country and how to use and install them, take a look at this section in our Ally Dropship knowledge base. Step 8. Promotion. Okay, so now comes the fun part. To start promoting my store, I'll need to create social media accounts. For the main channel of promotion, we use Facebook, so I will create a business page for my website there. You can find many tutorials on how to create a Facebook page on the internet, so I won't stop to show it now. I'll just show you the result. Here's the Facebook page I created for my dropshipping store. Cool, huh? To run an ad, I need to select a product from my store, understand what audience it will be suitable for, make advertising images and videos for it, write sales copy, put my ad in the Facebook ads account, and wait for its approval. Note, before launching the ad, I will have put a Facebook pixel on my site. If you don't know what it is, watch this video. If you're going to run Facebook ads, the pixel is necessary to help track your ad effectiveness. Of course, I will also need a budget for advertising. How much should I put down for a first ad? A small amount is suitable for testing the product and ad contents. So let's start at $5–10 per ad set. This way I can see if my ad hits the target, select the best performing ads and scale them. But there is a way to skip this process and get video creatives, text and recommended ad audience settings for a store carefully created by our team. Keep watching to learn how you can get it. Well, what conclusions can be drawn from buying a premium store without any packages? 1. You save a lot of time in creating designs, selecting products and editing descriptions. If you have a full-time job and work on a store from scratch in the evenings or when you have time, it might take a month or two to build a store. With a premium store, you can get a ready-to-go store much faster. That still requires installing all the plugins yourself, which suits those who already understand the processes of maintaining e-commerce sites better. But for those who want to start their business as quickly as possible, or those who'd rather forego all the technical work, there are better options. So consider adding the installation package to your purchase. That will help to start your business a little easier and faster. Step 1. Purchase. So in this case, I want to start my business faster and save time installing everything. To do this, I will select the store that I liked and click the Learn More button. This time though, in the field with the price, I will also select the installation package. What do I get when I buy an installation package? If you don't have a domain name, your personal manager will offer 3 names to choose from as part of the installation package. This domain name will be prepaid for 1 year and will cost no more than $12 per year. Your personal manager will also set up prepaid hosting optimized for a dropshipping website. The package also includes a store logo pre-edited to fit your website domain name. What's more, the manager will help you to set up a payment gateway. Adding this package to my order will allow me to avoid all the manual work I showed you earlier, as the Ally Dropship team will do everything for me instead. How does this work? After the purchase, I receive an email with an important instruction. In this scenario, my manager actually contacted me on the same day after the purchase and we started discussing store details. If you live in a different time zone, you might get a message the next day. That's still fine, don't worry. Step 2. Ready to go store. Just 2 days after purchase, my store was ready. Now I can immediately proceed to the next step, promotion. Step 3. Promotion. I'll start by creating a Facebook page and a business page account on Facebook. Next, I'll choose the product that I want to promote. Like in the previous scenario, I'll need to make the ad myself. I'll need an image or video, write promotional copy, configure ads, and find the right audience, all without spending too much money on it all. I then have to test 1, 2, or 3 suitable audiences to check which one is the best performing. And finally, wait until I see my first sale. What can I say about this option? It is good because it saves a lot of time installing a store. Just 3 days after purchase, it was completely ready to work. But I had to spend time creating advertising materials and selecting target audiences. This option is suitable for those who cannot or don't want to go deep into the installation process. This way you can focus your attention on promotion, writing ad copy, and creating images and videos for ads. If you're not sure about your skills in marketing creatives for Facebook ads or want to save time on doing it, then choose the marketing package along with your order. Now let's look into what a premium store buying process is like when both the installation and marketing package is selected. Step 1. Purchase. I go to the premium stores page, select a store I want to buy, and click on Learn More. I go to the stores page and this time select the 2 packages in the price field, installation and marketing. That's it. What happens next? This option should save me as much time as possible, since all the functions for installing the store and creating advertising materials are done by the Ally Dropship team. What do I get when I buy a marketing package? This package includes all the text and visuals the team used in their original promo campaigns for the store, along with clear instructions on how to set up and run your own campaigns, so I don't need to create them from scratch. And don't forget that you should always optimize your ads after you launch them. I have some experience with that kind of work, since it's part of my job here at Ally Dropship, but if you're new to ad optimization on Facebook, be sure to check out the exclusive advertising course on store management and advertising that you will get access to after your purchase. So after my purchase of a premium store with both the installation and marketing packages selected, I check my email box. There I'll find 2 emails, one with the necessary API keys and licenses, and a second one with the instructions, guides, and original ad materials and ad copy. There will also be a detailed description of the target audience that suits the niche of the chosen store. I'll get a PDF file with instructions and links to all the guides and creatives, but I'll get back to that in a bit. Let's see how my purchase experience went with the marketing package also included. Step 2. Marketing with a marketing package. A day after purchasing the store and additional packages, my manager contacted me. She answered all my questions, worked with me to find a suitable domain name, then got to work with the Ally Dropship team on my site. After 3 days, my store was ready not only to work but also to promote. Usually it takes from 3 to 5 days to get your store up and running. With promotions for my store, I save time thanks to having the marketing package in my purchase. All marketing materials are already in my hands and I don't need to create anything from scratch. All I need to do is to create a Facebook business page and an advertising account on Facebook, then turn to the PDF sent to me in the email. Let's look at it in more detail. By clicking on Download your marketing package in your email, The archive is downloaded and I am able to open two PDF documents as shown here. The first document we see is the Facebook Marketing Guide. In this guide, I will find step-by-step instructions on the ads technical setup, in addition to recommendations for effective Facebook ads promotions. The second document is called Winning Products and Targeting. In this guide, I will find a list of the most profitable products for my store, recommended audience for ads, and ad text and video creatives and banners. By selecting products I want to use for my ads and creating the necessary Facebook accounts and business page, I can safely launch ads and start promoting my store. I will test different versions of ads and audiences like with the other scenarios. It's very convenient and less stressful when everything is ready. What can we say about this dual package option? It's probably the best one for me. Here I can focus on ad optimization since everything else has already been made for me by the Ally Dropships team. When using guides, instructions and recommendations, it's easier to understand how everything works, making my ads more effective and helping me earn my first sales through a promotional ad. That was a lot to take in, right? It was intense but fun. Now let's compare these three options I experimented in this video. Well, let's look at the results. I bought these stores at the same time, but since I installed one store on my own and prepared everything for it on my own, it was up and running later than others. The third store with the additional installation and marketing packages was up and running first and has already started selling. I'm still on the testing stage, but it's nice to get my first sale from an ad. I believe the store I ran on my own and the one with only the installation package will also give me a reason to celebrate too. But the first sales probably will happen later, since I've just started running ads on both and haven't optimized any of them yet. So, considering all the options for purchasing premium stores, I can draw a few conclusions. I think that premium stores suit two categories of entrepreneurs. Premium store for beginner entrepreneurs. Of course, here the most suitable option is to include all the additional packages with a premium store order. Why? It's simple. With the installation and marketing packages, the Ally Dropship team will set up a store for you, pass along advertising materials that are interesting to your audience, and you, in turn, just launch ads. You do the least work on this option. Your only task is to learn how to advertise on Facebook. You can then search for additional products yourself and add them to this store. It's good training for anyone to learn the most important part of any e-commerce business, marketing. Premium store for experienced entrepreneurs. Experienced entrepreneurs already know how much time, effort and money it takes to build a store from scratch and test products. If you're a seasoned dropshipper and understand what you're doing and how to do it, a premium store is a good ready-to-go option. You can buy a premium store to skip the preparation process and create and run ads on your own with great results. Also, there is an option to run and maintain multiple dropshipping stores and make a profit from all of them. If you already know how to advertise and recoup costs, that might be a great option for you. In this video, I talked about 3 possible options when buying a premium dropshipping store by Ally Dropship. Now you just choose a niche and store that you like and start your own online retail journey. But at some point, you will need to add new products to your store. How can you do it? In another video, you can learn how to use the Ally Dropship Premium Product Subscription Service to get hot dropshipping ideas right into your store. Watch it next. Thanks for watching. Give this video a like if you found it informative and remember to subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Bye!